Have you ever wondered what the most powerful force of nature on our planet is? Well, hurricanes and earthquakes are terrifying. Nothing quite compares to the sheer, world-altering power of a super. Today, we're diving deep into the history of Earth's biggest volcanic eruptions, comparing their explosive force and global impact. We'll be using the Volcanic Explosivity Index, or VEI, a scale from 0 to 8 that measures the size of an eruption. For reference, a VEI0 is a gentle lava flow, while a VEI8 is an apocalyptic, planet-changing event. So buckle up as we count down some of the most colossal explosions our world has ever seen. Let's start with a name many of you will recognize: Mount St. Helens. Its 1980 eruption in Washington State was a VEI5, and it was absolutely devastating. It released energy equivalent to 24 megatons of TNT, blowing the entire top off the mountain and sending a plume of ash 15 miles into the sky. The blast flattened forests for 230 square miles. It was a stark reminder of the power simmering beneath our feet. But believe it or not, this is just a firecracker compared to what's coming next. Jumping up the scale, let's talk about Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines. In 1991, it unleashed a VEI6 eruption 10 times more powerful than Mount St. Helens. This wasn't just a regional disaster, it was a global event. Pinatubo shot a massive cloud of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, which formed a haze that circled the globe. This haze reflected sunlight back into space, causing the average global temperature to drop by about 1 degree Fahrenheit for the next 2 years. Imagine an eruption so big it temporarily changes the world's climate. That's the power of a VEI6. But even Pinatubo is dwarfed by the eruption of Krakatoa in 1883. Located in Indonesia, Krakatoa exploded with a force of 200 megatons of TNT, about 13,000 times the power of the atomic bomb that hit Hiroshima. This was a high VEI6 event. The sound of the explosion was heard over 3,000 miles away, making it the loudest sound ever recorded in modern history. The eruption triggered tsunamis over 100 feet high that devastated coastal towns and villages, and the resulting ash cloud plunged the surrounding region into complete darkness for days. 4 years afterward, the world experienced brilliantly colored sunsets due to the fine ash scattered in the atmosphere. Now we're entering the realm of supereruptions. Let's travel back 74,000 years to the eruption of Toba in Sumatra, Indonesia. This was a VEI8, the highest possible rating on the scale. The Toba supereruption was so immense it's hard to even comprehend. It ejected over 2,800 cubic kilometers of rock and ash. To put that in perspective, that's enough material to bury the entire state of California under 20 feet of ash. This event triggered a volcanic winter that may have lasted for a decade, causing global temperatures to plummet. Some scientists believe this cataclysm pushed early humanity to the brink of extinction, creating a genetic bottleneck that we can still see in our DNA today. We're talking about an event that almost wiped out our ancestors. But Toba isn't the only VEI8 we know of. Let's head to the United States, to a place you might have visited: Yellowstone National Park. Underneath its beautiful geysers and hot springs lies a massive, active supervolcano. Yellowstone has had several supereruptions in its past. The most recent one, about 640,000 years ago, was known as the Lava Creek eruption. It was a VEI8, ejecting about 1,000 cubic kilometers of material. It formed the Yellowstone caldera, which is a staggering 30 by 45 miles in size. Ash from this eruption has been found as far away as California, Louisiana, and even into Canada. An eruption of this scale today would be an unimaginable catastrophe, covering vast swaths of North America in ash, disrupting global agriculture and plunging the world into a new volcanic winter. Going even further back, about 2.1 million years ago, Yellowstone produced an even bigger eruption known as the Huckleberry Ridge. This monster was 2.5 times larger than the Lava Creek eruption, making it one of the largest volcanic events ever identified. The sheer volume of magma that erupted is mind-boggling. It reshaped the landscape on a continental scale. These ancient eruptions show that Yellowstone's power is truly immense, and it is a sobering thought that the same magma chamber is still active deep beneath the park's surface. Now, let's compare these giants. Mount St. Helens, of A5, was a local disaster. Pinatubo, of A6, had a noticeable short-term effect on global climate. Krakatoa, a high A6, was heard around the world and caused widespread devastation. But then you have the super eruptions. Toba, of A8, was about 100 times more powerful than Pinatubo. It didn't just affect the climate. It may have fundamentally altered the course of human history. The Yellowstone eruptions were on a similar civilization-threatening scale. The difference between each step on the V scale is logarithmic, meaning a V6 is 10 times more explosive than a V5, and a V7 is 10 times more powerful than a V6. A V8 is an entirely different beast, representing an eruption of at least 1,000 cubic kilometers of material, while a V5 like Mount St. Helens can reshape a mountain. A V8 like Toba can reshape the entire planet's climate and biosphere for years, if not decades. So, what is the biggest eruption ever discovered on Earth? For that, we have to look to a feature that isn't even recognizable as a volcano anymore. The La Guerrilla caldera in Colorado, USA, is the remnant of an eruption that occurred around 27 million years ago. The Fish Canyon Tuff eruption was so colossal that it struggles to fit on the V scale. It's estimated to have been a V8, but on the extreme upper end, possibly deserving of its own category. It spewed out an astonishing 5,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic material. That is nearly twice the volume of the Toba eruption and 5 times that of the last Yellowstone super eruption. The energy release would have been equivalent to hundreds of thousands of the most powerful nuclear bombs ever made, all going off at once. The devastation would have been continental, and the global effects would have been catastrophic, likely causing a mass extinction event. It is, by far, the largest explosive eruption we have found evidence of in Earth's history. Thinking about these colossal forces really puts our own existence into perspective. We live on a dynamic, powerful planet where events of this magnitude have happened before and will likely happen again. Thankfully, super eruptions are incredibly rare, occurring on timescales of hundreds of thousands of years. Scientists around the world are constantly monitoring active volcanic regions like Yellowstone, using advanced technology to look for any signs of unrest. While the thought of another super eruption is terrifying, understanding these past events helps us prepare for the future and appreciate the incredible power that shapes our world. From the explosive blast of Mount St. Helens to the world-altering cataclysm of La Guerrilla, the story of Earth's volcanoes is a tale of unimaginable power. I hope this journey through geologic time gave you a new appreciation for the forces at play beneath our feet. What did you find most surprising about these giant eruptions? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more explorations into our amazing world. See you next time.